It is in the queue. And then I don't know if you saw Tuesdays. Well, we'll wait until you get to the vacant lots because I want to give you updates on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're talking about these things are systemic. And systemic thing means these things have been throughout the system, and we know that they should be fixed, but we just keep kicking this budget football. We just play budget hot potato. We just pass it off to the next group of folks and never really solve it. But one of the systematic things, one of them, that I've approached before. Now, if you're talking about cutting positions or cutting staff or cutting salaries, the first people who should be cut are the mayor and the city council. Those are the first people who should be cut, because it is just, I don't know, unconscionable, unethical for the city council and folks to be taking a raise at the same time. We're in a hole. I mean, that just,
Yeah, I
we
didn't.
talk about equity. How does it, no part of that to me sounds like equity or fairness or whatever you want to call it in my book. And as a council member, I've challenged you before, you should go and tell those folks, hey, because you didn't take a salary raise, you said I'm not taking it. You need to challenge the rest of them to do the same thing. And also, I don't know if you see the comments that I put, I'm pretty sure your public comments that I write to the city council, but you guys should be the first ones to take those cuts. That's what leadership is and does, responsible leadership.
Yeah. Well, I've taken my position. I was the first council member to not
You
take
need to tell the rest of them.
Yes.
And also, systemically, the charter needs to be addressed and changed so that next year or the next year after that, if we're still in a budget, that you guys are not getting raises. I mean, that's what should happen and stuff. You should need to look at that charter and go back, hey, we need to fix this. That's an action you can take now. I mean, it's a small piece and stuff, but that's a step in the right direction. Okay. All right. And let me, so back to Meadowview. So now, as a council member, Meadowview, we talked about being one of, needs a whole lot of stuff. If you had your way, okay, what would be your top 3 priorities for improving Meadowview? Top 3, and there's probably a bunch that could go on there.
Yeah. Well, there's, I would say, activating our vacant properties and building housing. I think that's really key. I would also say, in addition to that, the housing piece is really important. I would also say Meadowview, because we have several vacant properties. So housing would be the first piece. The other piece I would say is also we have the Meadowview Farmers Market, but if we can also work to get a grocery store, I think that would be really key for the community.
Because the Meadowview Farmers Market is really addressing this much of the fresh fruit, food, and groceries that we need. Sunday, and this is the last year for it. I mean, that's a step, but I mean, that's a small step, but we really need, you said development, full-time grocery store, a place for retail, and we've got space, but it's there. All right, so when you get the magic wand and you get to make all the decisions and stuff, that's what's going to happen.
If you ever get the magic
If
wand.
you ever get, okay. All right. So that brings me to development, make changes. Okay, yeah, you got to challenge the system in order to fix that. So brings us to the NAV Center, Navigation Center, Women's Navigation Center. These are some of the most vulnerable people, in my estimation, folks that don't have a home, that are living in these shelters. And all of these shelters are not always cracked up to be. And also there's a lot of money that has come in. I read the papers and I read different articles and stuff about all the money that has come in for the sake of homelessness, not just in Sacramento, but throughout the whole state. And a lot of that money is not being utilized properly. And as a result, well, part of the result, the homeless problem continues to grow. You have a navigation center in the district. Now I've got to clarify, because just about every time I talk to you, don't I ask you about the Women's Navigation Center?
You do.
Don't I encourage you to go out there and say, hey, go out there and take a look at it?
It's in the queue. We have to do with
It's in the queue. So that means you haven't gone out there yet.
Yeah.
Because the last time I was here,
I have been at the site before. But we'll.
because the last time I was here, I asked that same question, and then you said it was in the queue, and then Jaime said we've been out there a bunch of times, So it's either you've been out there a bunch of times or you haven't been out there, but you know, you've been there a long time ago, or you haven't been there.
I have been there. And we're gonna do another.
How long ago was that? This
Yeah.
makes me believe that you
Yeah.
haven't been there because
But I
in
have.
all of the times that I've asked you, I ask you repeatedly.
Yeah.
And you've never said, oh, you would think that, oh yeah, we went out there last week, 2 weeks ago, because I see you almost every month and stuff. And so
Yeah.
I'm tending not to believe that you've been out there. Now I could be proven wrong, but I don't believe y'all been out there. But you need to go out there because these are vulnerable population. And also as a council member,
Yep.
part of your duties are to investigate and ensure that all of these operations are being run.
Yeah.
And knowing that all of the funds that have been wasted and knowing that the problem keeps getting bigger, I would think it would be a more urgent call for you to go out there and